Previously on Inspired Initiative, the Motley Hue were welcomed by the Dawnward Sentinels, granted Strider rank and a new abode by Chapter Master Lurangar. They signed up for a tournament to test their skills. The group then split. Euan and Maldorwen visited the forges, while Asja and Rhukkarrak searched the archives for clues about the Shrine of Duality, uncovering little. Asja pursued further mysteries with the captain of the Lost, Finian. Meanwhile, Maldorwen met with the Cartusi representative to discuss the future and how it's filled with conflict, while Euan was once again overwhelmed by chaotic visions. Reuniting, he and Asja visited Professor Damaris, who revealed a connection to Asja's father. However, when Euan channeled his bond to the Kuron tree, he was consumed by powerful memories, glimpsing a great flame before darkness claimed it. What's happening to Euan? Can Damaris help? And what lies ahead for the Motley Hue in Valtari? Find out tonight on Inspired Initiative. We pick up as Rhukkarrak, you enter the tavern door of the Blazing Sun Tavern. You've spent many a nights here, accompanied by allies and not so allies alike. You kind of look into the warm hearth of the tavern, a little bit of patrons sitting around enjoying several different meals. The immediate smell of the cooking kind of overtakes you and invites you in further, and you feel your own stomach grumble just a little bit. Look towards one of the corners where you see a rowdy group of people that you are very familiar with, and kind of smile to yourself and are glad to be back in their company as you head back over towards the Sunblades.
So, Rhukka, have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
So,
this place brings back lots of memories.
Always nice times when we are able to spend the night here with the wonderful cooking. You got quite the new found friends there. They all look quite interesting.
Yes, it has been very interesting getting to know them and some of the things that have happened in just around the area.
Yes, you met them all back in Elendor, I presume?
Most of them, yes. I met Maldorwen in Kirtas, but then we met the rest of them in Elendor.
Vakra kind of pipes up. So, did you find what you were looking for? You left for this energy, some lead that you had. You find anything?
No, it ended up being pretty much a dead end. The lead ended up being a dead end, but I did find out about a shrine down there. What was it called again? The Shrine of Duality. It's supposed to have something to do with life and death energy or something.
He kind of looks a little curious.
Interesting. Well, it's unfortunate that you traveled all that way to not find a whole lot, but sounds like you might have something.
I mean, I found some friends, and it has been... Honestly, it was a bit of a nightmare down there. There was some... Kertuzi... I'm not sorry, not Kertuzi. Oh, goodness. My brain is shut. Kazuram. That were visiting the city, trying to get trade, and caused a lot of...
We heard a little bit about that. It's kind of crazy. Seeing the Kaz all the way down here south. Weird.
Yeah, I am not entirely sure exactly what they were doing here. Some of them seem to actually want to trade. There may have been other... I don't know. There was a lot of suspicion and rumors and talk about spies, and I couldn't wrap my head even around half of it. And somehow we got mixed up in the whole mess because we were tasked with trying to figure out what they were there for, and oh my goodness, it was terrible.
Well, glad to have you back. I never liked Alidor myself. A couple times I visited, it doesn't do it for me. Too much greed in their hearts, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it is an interesting place, and I do plan to head back there after the Harsh because of this shrine I'd like to look into, but other than that, yeah, if there was not a reason to go back, I don't think I would.
You kind of nod.
So, when you first got here, you were saying that you weren't sure how many things you were gonna do here and the Sentinels and whatnot. You got other plans in the city during the Harsh, or what are you gonna be doing?
Well, for one, that trek took so much, and probably going to just take some time to relax. I mean, I'm looking forward to this tournament coming up. We all signed up for, but yeah, just take it a little bit slow. Also, trying to, I don't know, Asja is knowledgeable about books and things like that, and I hear there is a extensive library here, so I might try to look into the death energy through those means, although I realize that I'm not going to be able to read a lot of the books because it's in Elven, but maybe I'll take some time to learn to read and maybe speak a little bit of I don't know.
That's true, the elves do like their language. I mean, makes sense. Primarily, who lives here?
And
yeah, been away for 2 years now. You'd think I'd pick up a little bit more, but I mean, with a lot of that I spent with you guys, I didn't need to. So,
yeah. And with this, the conversation kind of continues. A little more small talk here and there. Them just getting more familiar with you once again, and you reuniting and just sharing in some revelries with some allies that you once had, and seem to welcome you back with open arms. As you do so, you brought a decent meal that you can chow down on and enjoy. Go ahead and give me a perception check, however.
Oh no. How will our dice rolls go this week? Let's see. Not bad, 19.
Very nice. Around 30-ish or so minutes into the conversation and the meal here, you take a swig from a bit of alcoholic beverage that you've been given, and as you kind of place it back down, your eyes dart towards another corner of the tavern here, where you see another familiar feminine figure. It cloaked in bit of a hood, but you recognize this to be Grill. And she just kind of meets eyes with you, kind of gives you a nod, and then continues to stand up and kind of almost beckoning you to follow. She leaves.
Yeah, Ruka is going to ignore her.
All right.
He's with her friends. He doesn't want to associate with her.
With that, then, you continue to enjoy the night as the time kind of goes by faster than you definitely faster than trudging in the sand for days upon days. It's nice to have some time to yourself and friendly faces to accompany you. That we will shift over to Maldorwen. You just got done visiting with this representative of Kertis, this higher gnome who knows more than you, surely, about what is going on with Kertis. A little bit of knowledge therein, and your confidence about you did the right thing. You warned Kertis about the Khazdurim, and conflict is coming. And it will not wait for those that do not see it. You kind of are striding the lofty streets of Valtari here. As you do so, and you're kind of caught up in thought, and you notice, just with your innate passive perception of 20, that you are being watched.
Right. And am I being followed?
You get the sense, yes. There's a couple times where you kind of just casually look over your shoulder. A little bit harder to see sometimes because the towering figures all around you. But you do sense a similar, or a figure that you see a couple times. It's a little odd how they've kept pace with you. You do feel like you're being definitely followed.
Alright. So I think what Maldorwen is going to do is he's going to start walking slower than he was. And I'm going to try and find a place that it's like a bit more secluded to the extent that is possible.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna stand at the corner for a bit. But I'm gonna walk slower first. Just because
Okay.
I want them to follow me.
All right. Are you... Go ahead and just roll me a performance check to... If you're trying to do this, subtly without them knowing that you know that they're there, right? But if you don't care, but if they know that you know, right?
They know
Does that make sense?
I know that I... Yes. That they know that I know? Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think Maldorwen is, he's actually going to convey the fact that he knows, if that's possible. Or,
Okay.
to the extent that is possible as well.
Okay. Yeah, the no performance check necessary. As you kind of slow your saunter down to the slow stride across Elendor, or Valtari here, as you turn a couple corners into a little more of the rural, not as populated center of the city here. To different alleyways here. Still, you're currently still in the Spire district. This district is immaculate. Everything is shown with grand ember glass towers and spires. The streets are impeccably cleaned, and yeah, there's not filth anywhere here in this district. But there are places that are a little quieter than the main thoroughfare of the large portions of the district. And so you navigate to one of these areas where it's not as busy. And do you continue just to walk, or do you want to pause and stay somewhere? Or what would you like to do?
I'm gonna start walking like, yes, slower and slower until I stop, and hopefully there'll be like a tree or something that I can lean against. Maybe even like sit.
Okay.
Like if it's something that it's not like, even though yes, like I don't even know how social norms working in Voltari, but
Right.
like yes, I just want to kind of like chill in the shade.
All right. There isn't a whole lot of plants here in this district. There are very sparsely. I mean, you are still in a desert climate, and you notice most every bit of like plants is in the Oasis district, but there are large kind of structures and sculptures of different art that you were able to rest under for a moment.
So maybe like a statue, or even like like the underside of a bridge, something like that.
Yep, many different archways. The city's filled with arches, and so yeah, you were able to just kind of lean up against one of the walls there and kind of just take a breather for a moment. As you've been doing this too and slowing your pace, you've noticed that the individual has matched your cadence, and still not super close. Like, you're not going to turn around and they're like, hi, but they're not super far away either. Like, they still have eyes on you, but far enough that the normal individual probably wouldn't recognize their presence. And as you kind of sit there or lean against a wall or whatnot, you notice that they also just find a spot in the distance and just wait.
Okay, so like they don't get closer. They keep like more or less the same distance is what I'm getting, right?
Yep.
Like just to know what spells I have available, like how far away would you say there are?
A good couple 100 feet. Probably not in range of most spells.
Okay. All right. In that case, I'll actually like backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
See like their reaction.
All right. Do you ever try to overtly make like contact with them, like either visual or more or less, like, you know what I mean?
Yes, let's say that when I'm like leaning against the wall under the arch of the bridge, I would kind of like stare at them for a while, very intently. And I think like with the fact that the helmet is like directional, because they will see that I'm like looking at them because of the beak and everything.
Right.
I guess like I'll do it long enough so they know that I'm looking at them.
Okay, from this distance, it's hard to make out any details on this figure, but you do catch a subtle, almost grin, if you would, as they kind of match your sight, and then they take off.
Okay. All right. I think after that, I will just walk towards the nearest airway.
Okay.
And I'll try to ride it back to the desert chapter, basically.
Alrighty.
Like, what time of day is it? Sorry.
It's about a little after midday. It's not super late at night yet, but it's not early either. It's getting later.
Okay.
with that, you easy enough. Kind of might take you a bit of time as you kind of wander throughout the district here, and with the towering spires, it's a little bit of a maze, especially because you haven't been here before. But the airways are relatively common, and where the stations are located. And so, maybe asking a few other people on the streets, you can find your way back, and then take the airway back to the desert chapter. And as you do so, we'll shift perspective over to Asja and Euan. As you two are just break the barrier of the Spire of Illumination, you still feel rough. Your mind is still just kind of buzzing. Your rage at this point has dropped, and you just feel very lethargic. That exhaustion still present. It's not overbearing like it was beforehand. Like you have your wits about you, but it does definitely feel like you just went through something intense. As the two of you depart from the scene there, Lunessa kind of calls out, Are you guys going to be okay?
I can get him home, no problem. But thank you for asking. And don't forget, at some point we do need to talk.
Absolutely, I look forward to it. I'll be here. Just let me know.
When I have free time next, I will come. It would be nice to make new friends. All right, come on, Dad, let's go.
Euan kind of just leans heavily on you.
Yeah.
He feels bad putting as much of his weight on you as he is, but he's still having issues holding himself up right now. He just kind of mutters out, thank you, and I'm sorry.
Oh, no, not the first time. You forget the first time. This is not the first time. First time is when you came to my home. You still weren't walking very well. And, well, I wanted to make sure that you were always near me so that if something went wrong, I could fix it immediately. Although, you have put on a little weight since then. Maybe we're going to have to do something about that one, Dad.
Maybe. He'll muster out a weak little chuckle. He's trying to keep his head up at least. He's not feeling great after everything that went down and doesn't really know what to make of it. He's kind of in both physical and mental distress right now.
Well, Asja will just guide Euan towards the air tubes. And, okay, I think I remember how this works. And kind of watch for the stations and stuff like that. And if anybody else is getting off at the Sentinel station, she's just gonna kind of quickly survey to see if they're wearing a Sentinel badge as well and go, excuse me, could you help me? My dad, I need to get him home. And he's a little heavy. And just see if she can get some help at least getting him to their new place of residence.
Okay. Looks like there's a elven individual. Absolutely, yeah. Comes and gives another shoulder for Euan to kind of prop himself up.
It's much appreciated.
You don't look so great. What happened?
I wish I could tell you, but I don't even know what happened.
Probably side effect of walking across the desert. We just got here, yesterday?
Oh, was it that soon?
I don't know. I still hurt from my hair hurts. It hurts so much. But that's probably why.
Still hurt from everything too, but that's not too much different than normal.
The heat of Emberville can be quite brutal. Where are you guys located?
Asja points over at the little house that they were assigned, and I have keys for that house.
Gives a nod as you make your way over to the your new little abode here. Small, quaint little housing unit.
Our little abode-y. Yay.
Given. Asja, you kind of fiddle with the keys a little bit and open it up as it opens. There's a thin film of kind of sandy dust that kind of coats the bottom of the floor here. And there's a kind of middle chamber that is kind of a open room. Very subtle furniture that is relatively old. Small little table. Looks like a bed frame with some sort of mattress on it. Definitely not great furnishings in here, but it's an empty space that you can call your own. And yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I hope to see you. Are you going to be at tournament?
Yes.
She's saying this to the elf.
I will be. You
Maybe
guys
I will see
participating
you
as well?
there.
Oh, very fun.
Yes, we are. We are. Apparently, we are amber. I don't know what these mean though.
Striders. Very nice. You can see they have purple, or kind of almost looks like purple in the light here, but it's more of a crimson colorish. Well, good luck. Hopefully, get feeling better. And gives a nod.
That's certainly the hope. Thank you again for your help.
Have a good day, night time. And she's gonna get Euan in the house and kind of kick the door closed. Do none of the sentinels know how to clean around here? And she's gonna, I guess, she'll put Euan in the bed in the main room.
Okay.
Just because if he's this unwell, she's gonna need everybody's help taking care of him. But he's still gonna want to be able to talk to people. So having him in the main room would probably be, I mean, that's where we put our grandparents, isn't it?
Heck on it.
But she'll
go ahead.
grab a few things from her bedroll to actually give sheets and pillows and stuff like that and kind of make out the bed and get him onto the bed.
Euan will kind of fall heavily onto the bed and lay down and kind of half close his eyes. As you could probably tell, he's honestly a little frightened of what happened and is kind of afraid if he goes into this kind of sleep or rest state that whatever happened could happen again. He'll just kind of take her hand for a moment in both of his and very softly just, thank you, little one.
Always. I'm starting to think, though, that we had it mixed up. I don't think you're supposed to protect me. I think it's the other way around. She lightly jabs him in the ribs a bit and winks.
And Euan passes out. No.
Touch of sleep. There we go.
I'm beginning to wonder that myself. Hopefully he'll be alright after some rest.
You could try and... Even if you just stare out window. I mean, there's a gorgeous window right here next to your bed. Even if you just stare out window and... I don't know. Don't think about anything. I'm going to run and get some food. And maybe Rhukkarrak's still there and he can come and help me, watch over you and stuff like that. I think I will probably go to the apothecary as well, because I have a lot of medical knowledge, but what you've explained, I don't have any experience with, so I think maybe trying to get somebody to come and really get a good look at you, who maybe has a bit more knowledge than I do, would be a good idea as well. Don't fight me on that. And I'll get you 2 servings with a dessert.
He kind of smiles, feeling well taken care of. But we'll also add in, if Rhukkarrak is still with his friends, don't bother him to bring him home to take care of me. I don't want to be a bother on everyone.
Okay, if that is your choice. But one thing I should do. Asja is going to go over to the small table and put down her bag. And for once, she is going to open this bag. And out of this bag is going to come... Because, dear gods, this girl has a furniture store, apparently, thanks to being a warlock in her thing. She is pulling out 3 lamps. She will fill them all. One will go in this main kind of table area, like 2 will go in this main kind of area, and she's gonna put one outside the front door as well, because if it's starting to get to be darker at night, just have the porch light on so that everyone feels welcome coming home, and then she will head to the pub.
Okay.
The meal hall.
Tavern. Blazing.
The tavern. That's
yes.
the word. I was like, oh god, there's another word for it. It's not pub. Oh crap. Not bar. Not this. Oh no.
All right. As you head out, feeling very glad that you carried those 3 lanterns all the way from Elendor.
All the way from home.
Yeah.
I've been with her since. For some reason, the girl thought she'd need 3 lanterns on this road journey.
Now they're finally in use.
Right.
You depart from Euan, who is still quite exhausted, and head on out into the desert chapter towards the Blazing Sun Tavern. As you do so, I think Maldorwen would be arriving around the same time, more or less. So as you Maldorwen, you step out of the airway and into the desert chapter here. Cursorily glance, across the desert chapter, and you do see Asja kind of walking towards the tavern there.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna call out to her, of course. Asja.
Asja stops and looks over. Oh, Maldorwen, thank goodness. And she's gonna start walking over to you kind of quickly.
So, as you approach, he's actually going to kind of look concerned. Like he's going to pose, kind of like putting a hand under his chest, and then holding with that arm his other arm that he's putting his hand under his chin, and looking around.
And as Asja approaches, she validly seems to have a look of concern on her face as well.
And before he says anything, she says anything, he's going to raise his hand and kind of try and pull her into the airway again.
Where are we going?
I'll explain later. Just anywhere but here.
I know I need Euan. You need to go and watch Euan. Something happened to him. I'm not sure what happened to him. I have to go get him a doctor.
Oh no. Okay, let's go.
Let's go. So I was going to ask, so could you please go and watch him? I don't want to leave him alone. Something's really... I can't explain exactly what we were doing, but he was doing something, and then suddenly, I don't know, he just collapsed, and now there's something not right with him physically, and it almost seems mentally. So could you go be with him and make sure that he's okay? I mean, sure, I'm his daughter, but I mean, you're one of his closer friends. Maybe you can find him comfort that I don't know how to bring him. Can you do that for me, please? I'll bring you dinner.
Of course.
And dessert, or just dessert. You only eat a little.
It's just that well, it's okay. Asja, do you trust me?
You've given me no reason to not trust you, so yes.
Just, if you see anything strange, someone lurking around our place, let me know. Okay?
Okay. Oh. She kind of leans in. Is this one of those trust me, don't trust anyone people?
Yes.
Okay, I get it now. Alright, no problem.
Exactly. But you can
No
trust
problem.
me.
Well, you're not one of them, so it's fine. I do trust you. Them,
I
maybe
will
not
go
so much.
see you. And yes, exactly. I don't either, so I need to talk to you. So that's
But
what
as soon as
Yes, I know Yuan is important. I will go.
I'm sorry, no, as soon as I bring a doctor and we get you into sleep, you and I can have all night to talk. I'm worried that something has happened in his head that I can't see. I don't know. I don't have experience with this, so I'm kind of panicking. I don't exactly, I have a third try on a parent, and I don't want to lose this one too. If you understand what I mean.
Is it okay if I have the key for now so I can lock the door when I walk in?
Oh, sure. She answers. I also put lanterns out. So there's light. I get food. And she runs. She's just like, he's in the bed in the main room. Bye.
See you there.
Alright, so as Maldorwen rushes back towards the abode, while Asja, you head on over to the pub, more or less. You enter the door, and once again, your stomach growls as you're hit, like Rhukkarrak was, with the scent of finely spiced meals and delicious smelling food. Almost distracts you enough, but you remember, no, okay, on a mission. What would you like to do?
Anyone perceptive of the new person that's just walked to the pub will see this, very confident, regal person walk in and kind of go, and try and very nonchalantly wipe the corners of her mouth where there is obviously a little bit more shimmer and shine starting to happen. And she will go up to the bar. Wow, something smells real good. Do you have a list of foods? What is it? Menu.
Oh, yeah, would do.
Let's see. And you see there, the barkeep currently is this older gentleman, probably well into Elven, but well into his 200th year, missing an arm currently. And still looks very adept at what he does. Wiping down the counter with one-handed there, and pouring flagons for other customers here.
Hey, on the menu, I mean, what do you want?
Just say something you want and we'll get it for you. I don't know if there's a right menu. I guess I could go check on what is. Kind of just,
Okay,
just
look,
looking.
I have already been in your city for one day, and all I have been able to eat is vegetables. I would really like some meat, but I need, I don't know. We just came from Elendor and only ate Leviathan. I would like something maybe not fish. Do you have Stormbird? I like Stormbird.
Yeah, we should
Stormbird
have
is good.
Stormbird in the back. Yeah, I can make that work.
All right, can I have 4.5 orders of Stormbird?
Ooh, someone's hungry.
Is this all for you?
2 of them are for me, and 2 of them are for my dad, and 1 of them is for my uncle. So we'll just put it that way. And then, do you have any sweeter foods? I did promise them. My dad is kind of a bad patient, and at least he's going to stay in bed for right now, trying to heal up. And I said I would get him a dessert if he would stay in bed. So I'm hoping maybe you have something that's a little bit sweeter.
Yeah, I mean, we got some fruit from the oasis. That's quite sweet.
That sounds good to me. So could I have the 4.5 orders of the Stormbird with whatever that comes with, and then can I have 2 orders of the fruit? And whatever charge extra is, I'm totally okay with that. But could I have it for takeaway so I can take to my house? Please.
The takeaway? I mean, I guess. Huh. You're new here.
I am very new here. I'm sorry, I just arrived this morning.
Ah, good. We love to see new faces. Alright, well, we can make something work back here.
that works.
Kind of goes and calls out the order to the kitchen in the back before helping a couple other patrons. Yeah, you want any drink to go with that?
What is it that Maldorwen likes to drink? I think Maldorwen likes Storm Brew. Do you have any Storm Brew? Maybe a little bottle of Storm Brew?
No, I'm gonna check. And looks through some kegs and whatnot. Yeah, we got some left. Couple flagons left.
A little. Just one flagon will do that person. And then I have to get something for my father, more at the apothecary, and for me, I am very boring. Do you just have juice?
Kind of looks like curious. I mean, no, but we could squeeze the fruit.
It's okay. I don't need anything. Then I have water. It will be good. I can make tea at home.
All
I
right.
don't know how to drink. So, just what we get, thanks.
Take a couple minutes and the food will be ready. Kind of nods to you
No
and
problem.
goes and helps a couple other patrons. Rhukkarrak, this tavern isn't super large, and you are able to notice Asja's presence here. Rhukkarrak, are you there?
Yep, Rhukkarrak's here. Yeah, so after a good round of laughs with his friends there, he's gonna look up and see Asja across there. Like, Asja, you came to join us?
I will wave and smile and walk over. I came to get some food. Euan's not feeling so. Probably the long walk, but and old age. But he's not feeling so good, so I thought I would bring some food over back to where we're staying, the house. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all again.
Likewise.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Oh no, you are having good time with your friends. I wish I could have good time with friends too, but I'm going to bring food back. But maybe another time, because you. She points at Gora. You still owe me an eating competition.
That I do. Why is your friend green? I've never seen Drac there that green.
And you can tell he's a little sauced at this point.
I mean, he's almost as green as me.
He is. I've asked him this question. I don't think he quite understands it either, but
All right, well, maybe I'll have to ask him myself.
Basically, after something happened to his home, when he woke up, he went from red to green, and now he is green.
Amir kind of pipes up.
Definitely sounds like a story we need to hear.
It's a very good story. Very important stories. Very good stories.
How well is Asja hiding her concern?
That's a good question.
Is she even trying to hide her concern?
Yes, because Euan would have asked her. Euan asked her not to disrupt you if you were hanging out with your friends. So she would be. Although she probably is a bit distracted by the smell of food. I mean, the poor girl hasn't really eaten much. I mean, but at the same time, I guess, would it be performance or deception? Like, she's not really trying to deceive Ruka, but she is trying to appear
I'd say either
just maybe
or.
tired and hungry. Okay, we're going with. I have the same in both. I think that's hilarious. Alright. That's a natural one. She looks very concerned underneath the fake smile.
Oh no.
Yeah. Luca is going to just look at it. Ah, well, it was really nice catching up with you. I think we'll have to put this on hold for maybe another night. There'll be many nights to come. Maybe for that eating contest.
Rhukka.
That
She's
there
just
will
gonna
be.
put her hands on your shoulders. No, these are your friends. You stay here with your friends. It's fine. Euan's just tired.
Are you sure? It seems a little bit more than that.
Vakar kind of nudges you, Rhukkarrak.
Just go with it. We're good here. We can catch up more later. You look worried.
Yes. Yes, Asja, it's fine.
No.
We are going to be here for a
Euan,
while. It's going to be a month.
No. Euan told me not to bring you home if you were socializing with your friends. So you stay here and you socialize with your friends. Do you understand me?
Well,
Don't
too
get me
bad.
in
I have
trouble
more
because-
friends now.
Well, no.
And one of them is sick. I am coming. Thank you for your consideration. But we will have more time to catch up in the future, and I'm curious. If it is as you say, not that bad, then I can come back. But I would at least like to check in
Fine,
on
but
you.
if I get any disappointed looks from my dad, oh my goodness, you're taking the look with me. You guys have
You
good
can-
night.
Likewise,
blame
good
it
luck
on me.
with whatever's going on over there.
I'm not mad, I'm
it's-
just disappointed.
Exactly. It's just long
we
walk,
can-
and my dad is just tired, and so I am just worried because he's older. That's all. He's a little older than more normal shelf life Drakthir. So, I just get a little concerned sometimes when he does things that push himself too much. That's all.
They all just kind of are looking at you like, okay. Continue to drink and eat.
You said that you were ordering food for him as well?
Oh yes, it should be ready just over here. I got 4 orders of the Stormbird and half an order. Well, I got 2 orders for me and 2 orders for him, and then a half order for Maldorwen, because Maldorwen's home too. So
And you were planning on carrying all of that on your own? At least I can help with that.
All right, that food is ready over here. I mean, we don't really have the implements for you to carry it out. I mean, just bring the dishes back when you're done with them. I hope I can
Okay.
trust you to at least do that.
You can, no problems.
You gotta
And
get to it,
she'll kind of. All right, you take the half plate. She's gonna take the 4 plates. And
Don't be breaking my
Stormbrew.
plates!
I won't.
Rhukka's just gonna
some-
give her a look like, really? Come on. And he's gonna
And
take
these are
another
pretty
plate or
big
two.
plates, like full dinner-sized plates, and trying to carry 4 of them, it's doable, but it's
Yeah.
a little...
he's gonna grab
balancing
2.
act.
So they can each have 2 plates of the Stormbird and then share the rest of the snacks and desserts.
All right. Don't worry, I will bring them back, washed, clean, everything.
It's kind of
Good
gives you
night.
like a nice with the one end. You guys leave the tavern there. Now we'll head over to Maldorwen, who enters the abode. The abode here, and sees Euan kind of just resting on the bed there.
Euan
Okay.
doesn't acknowledge when Maldorwen walks in. He's just kind of not asleep, more lost in thought, or at the very least trying to just hold back whatever happened. He doesn't understand that he's uncomfortable.
Is there like a stool in the room?
Probably a little makeshift stool, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that, like, pull it to the feet of the bed, and I'm gonna climb onto that. Just sit there as well.
And Euan, as you've been kind of just sitting here, just kind of lost in thought, that vision, whatever you want to call it, is just almost ingrained into your head currently. The immense power and flames that you felt of just raw fire, so intense, and then it just all vanished in just a blink of an eye. And you just feel the emotion behind it, like just losing something that immense in just a sudden moment. It's made a vacuum of space. And it hurts. Not physically, but mentally.
I think Maldorwen would see you and kind of clutching its chest a little bit, kind of feeling that emptiness there. Not like I'm having a heart attack, grab chest, call 911 type thing. More of like almost like he's reaching for a necklace or something that's not there, like he's trying to grasp something that's not there. Like he's looking for it. He's kind of in this sort of in and out of comatose state almost, that he's let himself get kind of spiral down into with all of this going on.
Maldorwen took out the letters that he has,
Okay.
and he's pretending like he's actually not like paying that much attention to you, and like he's reading, but he's actually just paying attention to you.
Okay. Go
And
ahead and make a medicine check for me.
okay.
Yeah, you don't see any like physical impairments, like other than the large scarring that Euan has, that could indicate to the situation. You just sense that something just happening with Euan's mind. You're not sure.
Okay. He'll just wait, For now, he just wants to keep an eye on you, but at the same time doesn't want to bother him.
Okay. As the two of you kind of just sit there in solitude for a brief moment of time. Asja, Rhukkarrak, you guys just heading straight back to the boat? I mean, you have plates of food with you. I'm assuming you probably
because we
dropped
have so
those off
much
first.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so shortly after, Maldorwen, if you lock the door, they're gonna have to knock and you're gonna have to go open it. Did you lock the door as you came in?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's then at some point there's a gentle, like, it sounds like somebody might be gently kicking the door, like ding ding ding.
I cast
Maldorwen?
Ah!
Not
the dinner.
I'm just gonna go open the door. Yeah, and let them in.
When they come in with plates of food.
Oh, Rhukkarrak, you're here too. That's good.
He was just wrapping up with his friends anyway, so he came home with me. And apparently I am not good at hiding my concern on my face.
No, not very well. But She needed some help carrying the dishes, so I came. What is the matter with Euan?
I don't know. She's going to walk over to Euan's side and kind of sit on the edge of the bed and just take the hand that's not on his chest, kind of looking for something, and just start with very simple. Let's take his pulse. Let's check his breathing. Let's do all that kind of stuff so that she can at least have triaged him a bit.
Okay.
So that when she does go to the apothecary, she has some knowledge behind her.
Yeah, go ahead and also
So
make
hopefully
a
get the
medicine
right
check.
person. Okay.
Please roll higher than a 2.
Yeah, well, that'll be easy. I've got a +6.
Oh,
Okay, how about the 25?
25 is very good. Yet again, there's no obvious physical ailments here. You've dealt with people in your home too that have had like full-on traumatic nightmares almost, and this looks similar. But there's an element to it that is also distinct. It was brought up so suddenly, and Euan at least hasn't shared that. There's, like, obviously you know of Euan's past somewhat. And there is a lot of traumatic things in his past, but it would be weird for something like that to just emerge out of nowhere. Like, what you guys were doing wasn't anything that you would think would trigger that trauma. And so there's an element that you don't fully understand, but definitely along those lines.
She's gonna gently poke at Euan. Hey, Dad. What were you thinking about when you were doing the whole tree thing?
Euan will open one eye, kind of look around. See Maldorwen. See Asja. See Rhukkarrak. Frown ever so slightly.
Asja moves to the side and just points at Rhukkarrak, points at the frown, points back at Rhukkarrak.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be a bother on all of you. I hope I didn't ruin your nights.
Oh no, there'll be more time, and I want to make sure you're okay.
My wild plans were to read a book. Woo, I can still do that even after, don't worry. And Maldorwen seems to be reading letters, so I don't think anyone was really, had wild plans for tonight.
Oh, I would have put the letters away before opening the door.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He will close the eye again, and there's a kind of a labored sigh. I was drawing on memories of that night when Cinder Tree was destroyed, and if those memories faded, and my mind only went to what would happen to me if I lost you two. And he will turn and look at Asja. Both eyes kind of half open, weakly. Like you said, Starfish, like physically his strength is there for the most part. But whatever is going on with the visions that he has kind of just mentally crushed him. And riding on the emotions from that fear and feeling the flames, the power and everything, and then it just leave. I don't think he knows what to do without the potential power of the tree that has been within him now for 80 plus years. And he'll kind of clear his throat, close his eyes again and lay his head back. And after I had those visions, I felt whatever has been calling out to me in my dreams, or nightmares, whatever you want to call them, it was just gone. And I can feel the emptiness. And he'll just start kind of clawing and gripping at his chest again. Hard enough that, like, there is definitive sound of claw scraping across scales and scar tissue. I think to the point where his chest will actually start to bleed ever so slightly. Not like deep cuts, just scrapes as he's trying to just clutch at whatever's not there anymore, even though it's all internal and in his mind.
Asja is going to reach over and take Euan's hand in hers and just kind of massage it as she, turns to the other two. When we went to Damaris's, we started discussing the tree and the trees of power. There were multiples of them. One was in Euan City and one was in mine, and I guess there were others. There's ones in Floringus as well. I don't know where other ones were. I was never part of my teaching, so we were trying to explain Euan's connection, I guess, to the tree, and that's what I meant by what was he thinking about, because he made himself rage, even without a battle. Apparently, the thought of losing me causes you enough trauma. The same kind of trauma I saw within my own people after the fall of Mithindril. So don't worry. She kind of gives a quirky smile and leans down and kind of kisses his forehead. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not done. Plus, look, I've got Rhukka and Maldorwen to help take care of the fact that I will always be here to take care of you. Right, guys?
Yes. And he's gonna kind of say under his breath next to Asja, should I go to the apothecary?
No, I think I know what I am working with. It will be okay.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I think we just have to try and make sure that Euan gets lots of rest for it, at least tonight. And then maybe tomorrow we can go and find some interesting things to do to help him get his mind off of things. Wouldn't you say, Maldorwen, that would be a good solution for an old warrior who went and hurt his brain a little bit?
Yes, I think Euan needs rest.
Asja, with that 25 too, you would know that it definitely would help if, like, back in Karasata, you work with different tonics and elixirs and whatnot that would help induce, like, a restful sleep.
There is stuff I can try to do for him, but I would need time to prepare. I am very... exhausted as well. Well, a little bit, and let's say that for the travels that we had, I was expecting to use other abilities, but I can try something tomorrow.
Well, back at home we use different. And she kind of looks at the window. I mean, the sun has just disappeared. It should still be open. Right, if you two would mind watching Euan, I'm going to run to the apothecary and see if they have the things I need to make, or if they already have, what I usually use back at home to help people rest a bit better when they're suffering from things like this. I wish I could say that this was more rare, but unfortunately, this is very common back at my house. Even to this day, I would say 60% of the people from my village still haven't had a good sleep in decades. So, let me go and see what I can do over at the apothecary, but maybe you guys could watch over him. Get him to eat something, either fruit or strawberry. She kind of looks at you and, you will eat something. I'm not having you lose any. I was only joking when I said you put on more weight. You've actually lost weight. Come on. You need to eat something. I got Stormbird and everything. So maybe the two of you could, I don't know, force feed him while I run to the apothecary. That would be...
I can help him with his food, with his meal. And
Thanks.
Ruka will help with them, and then like after that he's gonna clean the dishes and
Actually, Maldorwen, do you want to come to the apothecary with me? I mean,
Yes, why not?
your knowledge also might not be a bad idea to add in with mine. You were saying that I'm assuming that Cartuzzi also probably some of your warriors have this problem as well, so maybe there is some Cartuzzi things that we could try as well.
I think it's a good idea to stick together and maybe, it's not so bad that I go with you because I want to get to know the city as well. I would like to know where the apothecary is.
It's just over there.
Oh, you mean the apothecary here? Okay.
Yeah, it's closer. But hey, maybe tomorrow we could go find and see if there is a big one. Oh, that would be a good enough smell, almost like a library. As she's, slowly heading towards the door. Now she's fancifully talking about the smell of old books and apothecaries with all of the herbs and everything like that. And she's just blathering her way out the door.
Okay. As the two of you head out, Rhukkarrak and Euan left to enjoy a hearty Stormbird meal. Tastes like chicken. With a little bit of battery in the back. But yeah.
Ruka.
A robot chicken?
Robot chicken, yes.
Yeah. Well, if while they're sitting there, Ruka's helping him eat if he needs to help him eat, and insisting that he does eat. He'll just kind of talk to Euan a little bit. So, is there anything I can help you with?
Euan will take a few bites of the food. Asja demanded that he eats, and Rook is being kind enough to help. So he'll eat a few bites, but he probably makes it through about half of one of the portions before he holds up his hand and stops. I don't know if there's anything that anyone can do. I don't even know what happened, Rhukkarrak. But I
Well-
appreciate your company.
I have seen and experienced some very difficult things, and sometimes, not always, but sometimes talking helps. So if you need to talk, just let me know.
I would love to talk about it if I could understand it. I don't even know how to put into words what I felt, and I wish I could.
Well, even if you don't think it makes sense, maybe sometime if you are just feeling like talking, I don't need to understand. Sometimes you just need to get it out. Anyway, you are one of the few direct here that I can tolerate, so don't go insane on me.
If old age hasn't made me insane yet, I doubt there's much that will. I'll take more than this for it to knock me out for long. But
Well,
again, thank you.
let me know if you need anything. I'll clean up the dishes a bit, and I'll be within earshot. He'll take the dishes, and he'll probably finish off the rest of the portion. Doesn't want it to go to waste, and it's pretty good, Stormbird.
It is.
And start cleaning up dishes. And if he has time, he'll probably even just start spending his energy just cleaning up the place.
Okay. Euan, as you kind of just sit there and again, just thinking about what has happened, as it's had time to simmer, those strong emotions, those feelings that overcame you, now that you're here, they're no longer bombarding you. You can still feel a subtle buzz in the back of your mind, but not chaotic like they were. But the more you think about this vision, the more it doesn't feel like a vision, more like a memory, something that you experienced. But it's weird because it's so foreign to your other memories, but it feels so personal as well. That we'll kind of head over to following Maldorwen and Asja, who, after a brief 5-10 minute walk through the grounds of the desert chapter, the Alamore slowly setting as night claims Valtari here, you enter into the apothecary. And yet again, you're immediately met with familiar sense, Asja, the sense of herbs and different remedies. You do see there are a couple individuals in here who are bedridden. You do also see some other individuals that are administering care and aid to those people. Not moments after you enter, individual comes walking over to you. Hello, can I help you? Something that needs aid?
My dad is not feeling very well, and I've already I was looking and. Why am I having problems with words tonight? Apparently, I am very tired. Okay, this is what happens when you walk across the desert. All right, my father has had a traumatic memory experience due to the wars and stuff like that. I normally have a tonic that I can use. I was wondering if you already had one here that will help him just get a restful sleep. Or if not, if I gave you a list of the ingredients maybe you had. I don't care if costs money. I just, he needs to have a good sleep. He's having a lot of concentration problems, so.
I see. Well, we can definitely aid in that. Yes, we should have some nocturne nectar lying around here. Kind of motions towards some other helpers. We kind of nod and go off.
Also, he really likes Tylenol. Would you have any Tylenol?
Yes, we have plenty. Where's your father located currently?
If you wish to come with us, or, we are in cottage, I think it was 1A something or something like that. That's where we are.
Ah, I see. Makes sense. New faces. Well...
Got here today.
If you would like, I could step out for a moment and come give it a look as well, but...
I would really appreciate that. My name is Asja.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Soren. And you can see this elven individual is in quite fine robes with the symbology of Alamor and light. Life, kind of adorning their clothing. Yes, I can come have a cursory glance, and hopefully discern if anything else, any other actions need to be taken. I'm sorry to hear that such an experience has occurred.
It's very common back in my home, my village home. It's very common, but I didn't think I would need the herbs when I traveled away from home, but apparently I did. My friend Maldorwen and I will wait outside for you.
Very well. Give me a few moments to check on some other patients, and then I'll be right with you.
No problems. She's gonna
so.
take Maldorwen outside and kind of casually, she's not gonna be like crane her neck one way, crane her neck the other way, but she's gonna kind of, with Maldorwen's warning, she's gonna kind of look side to side. I figure once Soren is done, we can walk him home, and then if you wanted to talk to me then, we will be out of the house. I didn't think that he would actually be coming back with us, but, and we would have a chance to talk beforehand, but, if we walk him back home as well, we can have a chance to talk then. Does that work for you? I have not forgotten that you want to talk to me.
Sure.
And I'm assuming you don't want to talk in front of everybody, or else,
Yes, I think I would like to speak to you first.
Excellent. Perfect. Well, let's get Soren to our house, get him to look at the Euan, then get him back here, and then, there we go. That was a very nice apothecary. Maybe they need volunteers. I could volunteer a little bit there in some of my free time.
It smells very nice.
Oh, it smelled so good. My aunt's house used to smell like that.
In a very strange way, it kind of feels like home. Well, at least where the district that we were watching earlier, where there's lots of cramped people and there's lots of friction and movement. I like it there.
It was similar. We just don't have all the people. So that's sort of similar to how we live at my house, or at my village, I mean. But not this many people. I did find the crowds a bit... It made my heart pound very fast in my chest.
Oh, we are not that many either. Not like here, but it's just that Kertes is not that big, so it kind of feels crowded, even though, we are not that many.
I do hope one day that we still get to see it. I mean, I have to say, when Euan grew his wings and he flew the first time, there was a little bit of jealousy in me. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you grow up underground. You always want to know what the opposite of how you grew up is. And well, living underground, the opposite would be in the sky. So I am very curious about your city. And I guess jealous of birds. And Euan.
Well, we don't fly, but we are very good at falling, that's for sure.
I think I would have that part down packed, no problem.
You also need to try the Pofogs, Asja. I mean, you just have to close your eyes and think that there's something else, and I'm sure you will love them.
Okay, I will try them, but I do have a question. So if you feed up a fog, like a little lightning bug or something like that, like a bug that, has a little light to it, if you feed up a fog that, does the fog glow?
That's a good question. I've never seen them eat that. They mostly eat, like, seeds, pollen.
Oh. That's a shame. I really did want to bring some home and maybe grow them up, and then we have these little fire beetles and give them the little fire beetles and see if we could just release them and they float all over my home and just glow like little lanterns.
Hey, we have firebugs as well. Our firebugs are not that bright. I mean, they are not like luminescent. They are just very colorful and very spicy. I think you would love
They're
them,
very spicy. I do like them. If you dry them out a little, just bake them a little bit, they get that good crunch to them with a nice spicy snack. Oh, so good.
Absolutely. Oh my god, you know what you're talking about. Yes, we actually have a sauce that we make with them, mixed with coal bugs as well, which are other types of bugs that we eat. And like we mix it up. It's called granite, very good, with oil.
I find it very interesting, not strange, interesting that you also eat bugs in your culture. One thing I do find here in the Sunspire Dominion is that they don't eat a lot of bugs, so I don't really bring it up that a lot of the things that we eat at home are, well, bugs.
Oh yes, we eat tons of bugs in Kertes. Like, you don't know how much the bugs get caught up in the sales of the city. They're, one of our main sources of food.
Valid.
Yes, we sometimes even drive the city into the clouds of bugs just to gather food. It's fun actually.
Well, we sometimes, different seasons, obviously, we have different foods because we try and eat more the seasonal things. So during the storm season, we eat more, just before the storm season, we eat a little bit more stormbird because, of course, we have to call, how do I put it? We try and live in harmony with what is near us. So, sometimes stormbirds nest in our village, and so over the decades, we have allowed them to nest in our village, but we also collect some of their eggs to keep their populations down a bit, and we also make sure that once the birds get a little too big, well, at that point, we, call them for food. But we use every part of it. And then it's the same with the pyroscales and everything else. And the inferno wasps, once inferno wasp, honey season starts coming in. Oh, it is so delicious. You can put, at that point, that's when we have a very thin bread at home and you dip into the honey. Such good for breakfast. So good for
Yes.
breakfast.
We also eat a lot of stormbirds. We all, like, nesting season, we always get a lot of them in Kertas, and they're great target practice, just like Popos.
We try not to aggravate them because we actually live very close with them, and, well, they're very territorial, so we like being able to walk through our city without stormbirds diving at our heads, so we just try and not irritate the stormbirds.
You see, that's why we are so prideful, because in the skies, there is nothing as scary as Kertas. Not even a wyvern would dare attack the city.
Around this time, the door opens and you see Soren, who marches out to meet you, but this time with so many satchels and bags that are adorning this individual. Like, looks like a moving caravan at this point. All right, we ready to go?
Yes, we were just talking about the foods from our homes. Let's go.
Looks a little confused.
Yes, do you eat bugs here in Valtari?
Yes.
There are certain delicacies, yes.
She kind of giggles and looks at Mel. They call them delicacies. I call it dinner. Sorry.
No offense taken. As you guys continue to lead Soren back towards the abode that has no name as of yet.
The abode.
The abode.
The abode.
Meanwhile, Rhukkarrak, you're currently sweeping, kind of cleaning up the place here, making it look a little more homely. You can tell that it's been probably a decent amount of time since someone lived in this place. It's probably been vacant for several months. But you just kind of find a time to yourself and the monotonous work here in cleaning it up. Before a knock comes at the door.
He'll rush over to go get it.
Okay. As you open the door, standing there is Cyril.
It's Cyril. This is not a great time.
Apparently, earlier today was also not a great time.
I was catching up with the Sunblades.
I saw that.
Which are you not a part of anymore?
No, I never really was. We spent a good amount of time traveling together, but they didn't accept me as they accepted you. It's good to see you, Ruka. May I come in?
He's gonna look around and hope for Maldorwen or Asja.
You don't see him?
Sure.
Kind of gives a little nod. Steps into the smaller interior here. I see that you're running with a new crew nowadays. It's good. Meet some allies.
Yes, some allies that don't send me to a madman who practically kills me the first time we meet.
He kind of looks a little curious at that. Valen can be rough, but what all happened?
It was a mess, a nightmare, and I have no clue what happened. All I know is Valen wanted me to do things that I did not want to do. It did not seem honorable, and so I did not get the information I needed.
I was made aware of that. I also was made aware that there were things you've said about us that you shouldn't have. Makes me sad.
With that, his hand is going to slide down to dagger on
Calm
his hip.
down. I have no intentions of fighting. She kind of eyes over and sees Euan, who's kind of still resting there. Kind of gives a nod. Doesn't say anything about him, but I was hoping that you would be more, Rhukka. You were such a wide-eyed child when we met in Fenborough.
A young, inept person that you could take advantage of?
It just kind of eyes you like, really? No.
I may be a thief, but I have honor. It would seem that your group do not.
Honor is a strange thing. I think it depends on how you define it. Shadowthorn is an interesting figure. But with what you go through, I was hoping that there'd be more help there. She kind of just shakes her head a little bit.
You seem to want a war, and I would much rather not be dealing with that.
I believe that you are misguided, Rhukka. I'm not sure exactly what happened, and I can't say that what Shadowthorn did was correct. But I can promise you, he doesn't want a war. He wants quite the opposite.
Well, I guess that would be... We will have to see. I will not say any more than I already have. But if you will want something from me in the future, please be direct and let me know what you want, why you want it, and what you will give me. I'm not going to chase empty promises anymore.
Just kind of nods. That's fair. Well, being direct, either later this evening or in the morning, you will receive an invitation to the Blazing Ball. I'd urge you to attend. Nothing for me, but it's an opportunity you won't want to miss.
What about my new party? Are they going to be invited?
I believe so. Just kind of looks around, looks out one of the windows. I do hope, Rhukka, that you can see past this grudge. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And I hope to still call you an ally. And she starts to go to step out.
Well, I don't as of yet have much of a grudge against you. We shall see.
It's nice to catch up. And with that, she leaves. A couple minutes later, a clangering of satchels against satchels as Soren is led by both the Asja and Maldorwen back to the abode here. You guys enter in. Soren kind of
Soren and
looks
Soren with
over.
some of his satchels. Put them on the table.
This
That's
is
my dad.
kind of eyes you strangely. Right. Let me see what I can do. He goes over and starts to like move his hands up, not touching Euan specifically, but kind of guiding almost in a somatic way. And just you can tell that some sort of arcane magic is happening.
Arcane magic where he magically injects Tylenol into Euan's veins.
This is my new favorite place ever.
Yes, it's called.
Is
The
he-
spell is Tylenol injection. Yep.
just as he's about to kind of start and stuff like that, so Euan doesn't, come to, and there's this stranger doing stuff. Asja's just kind of lean over. Hey, Dad, I brought the doctor to help you. He has
Tylenol.
lots of Tylenol. I asked. Be nice. He'll be your new best friend.
He'll kind of open an eye, especially at the mention of Tylenol. And there's a little bit of spark of like the excitement you would expect from him with that kind of announcement, but he's still just very un-Euan. It'd probably be the best way to describe it.
Alright. This will maybe feel a little strange, but you shouldn't feel any discomfort. As he kind of waves his hands over like your chest area. As you feel just a little bit of a tingling sensation, almost like if parts of your body went numb for a moment and are reawakening. But it doesn't hurt, it just tingles a little bit. You're definitely strange. He kind of looks genuinely like quite, not disturbed, but curious and a little full of wonder in his eyes. As he kind of steps back a little bit and starts rummaging through some of the satchels. I don't know if I've ever seen something like this. I'm not quite sure what is... There's
Oh,
some...
he's green. Don't worry, he's
Oh.
naturally green.
That's also a concern I had, but thank you for clarifying. Because yes, most Drakthir are not green. And it starts to pull a bit of vials and one out. This life energy is... well... it's weird. I don't know exactly how to describe it. I think what you were thinking, kind of looking towards Asja. A good night's rest will definitely help with the mind. But there's a lot more here as well. Here. He takes over and uncorks a little vial of something. Take this, hands it to you, Euan. This should help for the immediate time, and then here's this. hands a vial to Asja. That's nocturne nectar. When you do decide to rest for the night, this should allow you to rest peacefully. I would like to and request that you do come visit me in the apothecary, though. There's more that I would like to try to understand to help you.
I could bring him over tomorrow morning if you work tomorrow morning.
Kind of just nods.
I was going to come and say we're going to be here for at least a hour. Maybe if you need some extra hands over there, I do have some skills.
Interesting. Well, we can definitely discuss that in the future. He starts to rummage through more satchels, and you can see there's just, like, everything that you would ever need. Any, like, onyx balms, wraps, and all kinds of just stuff in these. And they're relatively well organized, but it's just a lot. A little overkill. Starts to put some stuff away. Well, that should hopefully solve the immediate issues as best of my ability. But yes, I would request you come by. I think there's more here to unravel, if you would.
Perfect. I will bring him by in the morning once he has had a good breakfast.
Just gives a nod. And it starts putting back on the satchels and whatnot. We're heading towards the door.
Here, you're so overburdened. Maldorwen, why don't we help him walk home? She grabs one of the satchels and hands Maldorwen one of the smaller satchels.
Oh, I can make it back by myself, unless there's something else you all need.
I think it's fine, Asja.
Okay. She takes it off, hands it back. We will see you in the morning then, and I can get my own, checked out. As I said, we just arrived this morning we arrived yesterday. We came from Ellendor. The desert is a very unforgiving place. So
yes, it's quite harsh. You
yes,
all
so
should probably get
to come in.
checked up just a little bit. It could probably help with some of those bags under your eyes.
Well then, why don't we all plan to go tomorrow morning and not only support Euan, but to go and get our own health checked out. Sound good, everybody?
Why not?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for coming. And she walks over to the door and opens it. Be safe on your walk home, even though it's very short.
He kind of nods back.
Closes the door.
Leaves.
It's fine. I think Rhukkarrak should know as well.
Okay.
Euan, do you drink the vial that was presented for you?
He will.
Yeah.
He trusts Asja's judgment, and the one thing that he knows in life is military people, and he will trust that as well.
Alright, so as you kind of chug that down, it is very bitter. It is not good tasting. But after you get down and kind of getting the nasty taste out of your mouth for a moment, the effects are almost immediate. Like, you just feel like burden almost lifted for a moment as your mind starts to just clear, almost like you had a very large migraine and it just slowly disapparates. And for the first time since Damaris' lab, you feel at least more normal than you have.
I think there's a general sense of like ease and calm that will kind of wash over him as whatever this elixir is helps him calm down. But I think he's still just so lost in his own mind and his own thoughts and what could have happened or what could be happening. He still doesn't really say much. Plus, much like Asja was kind of worried about getting a look when she walked on with Rhukkarrak, Euan is also slightly afraid of getting a look if he doesn't rest, as Asja has told him.
Asja's gonna kind of look at Maldorwen as she goes over to her bag, and she's going to pull out the last little scraps of like the food cloth bag, or like the food bags, the cloth from that and stuff like that, and pull out her little sewing kit, and she's gonna just start sitting there and sewing up what seems to be just a very simple little, almost pouch material, like small material pouch. All right, floor is yours.
Yes.
Oh wait,
Well-
did we want to lock the door first?
Sure, why not?
Well, you wanted to earlier, so I'm just wondering,
I think it's good to be safe, yes.
Ruka just looks
Anyways.
between you two, concerned.
Well, when I was out in the city, there was someone that was following me. And that was something that kind of already happened in Elendor. And there is no one else that I can think of than, the Shadow Sons. So I just wanted to tell you that we may have, I don't know, maybe an unexpected visit from them at some point. There might be someone that will come to talk to us. I think we are being watched, and I do think that there are unfinished business with them, so that's all I wanted to say, really.
Well, I can confirm, Cyriel, the woman from the Shadow Sons that is here, that I met earlier, she came by. I guess they still want to work with, well, us, me, I don't know. And she encouraged me to accept a invitation to some blazing ball in the future. I believe we're all going to be invited.
What is a blazing ball?
I have heard of a ball. I haven't really been to. It's where fancy people gather in fancy outfits to dance. I assuming it has something to do with the season, or I don't know. I've never heard of this. Maybe it will be in the invitation.
Well,
Well, I
Seems
hope
like I
Altari
didn't have to
fashion
worry
is
that
better
much.
than Elendor fashion, or there's just enough time that I can make my own dress this time.
What was that, Maldorwen?
oh, I was just saying that it seems like I didn't have to worry that much about it, and at least we are all in. And we know now what is expected. It's weird to be expected to go to this event. I don't see how we would fare well at such a place. But I don't know.
I don't know Valtari very well or their customs. I'm willing to give it a try, of course.
I have no clue what their plans are either. They're always shrouded in mystery, and I guess we'll find out.
As long as there are food, I will be very happy.
It's good that there's light here. If you don't mind, I need to write some letters.
That's why I don't know why I packed so many lamps on when I decided to leave home, but I guess I like a lot of light. Maybe it's a habit of somebody who lives underground is to, aren't they? They're very, very nice. Anyways, I'm not going to get into the making of the lamps. Anyways, I have lots of oil as well, so don't worry about if they happen to stay on longer than they need to. But I'll get the one by the front door before we all go to bed, though.
In my home village, we would actually light up we would use a lot of candles. We even had some fancy ones that would be different colors when you burn them. But anyway.
Kersos is illuminated by the stars that come down at night. And they get very close.
We generally use magic to light things up. The lamps are more for personal houses, but we use a lot of magic where I come from to do things. Helps cut down on the time that when you only have a small amount of people but you have big projects to do. Magic really does count for like at least doubling the people most of the time.
Well, such bright magic sometimes attracts things in the dark. So, candles were preferred.
I would think that you too would enjoy the city. The architecture is kind of like the best of back at your homes where you had stone all around you to protect you. But you also have all this glass that lets you see outside. I actually think Valtari is very beautiful. I don't know why I never came here before.
Parts
I mean,
of
it is a beautiful city.
Parts of it do remind me of back in, like, earlier when we were in the oasis and we were walking past those cascading ponds. Obviously here, they're not real. They've been made to look, but when Mithindril stood, we had similar, but it was all very natural. So we would have those ponds, cascading ponds running through the parks. It made me remember an old time. I do like it here. There are hints of things that I miss, but all in all, it's... maybe the one thing I have a problem with is the amount of people. That's one thing. But also, is anybody else a little wary about walking on the glass walkways that you could see the people down below, and then some people you could see up above? And don't you ever... like, I know glass, they have ways of making it strong, but do you ever think those ever break? I'm just curious. And those big air tube things, do you think those ever break and you get stuck in the tube and maybe the air runs out? Not that I'm worried about these things or anything.
Asja the terrorist?
Don't know.
No, Asja is a backwaters bumpkin who's looking at this technology going, dear gods, this is terrifying.
You like
I have
immediately
never
found
seen
the weakest spots in the infrastructure of the city. That's hilarious.
I'm so proud.
Oh man. Well, I've never seen it break, but I would imagine that it can. Most things you can break if you put enough pressure, and I'd imagine it's fine. But the city here, while it's beautiful, it does not at all remind me of back home. Back home, it is the buildings are cast from the stone itself and are very practical. There's not much time to sit around and make it pretty. There are a few buildings that we take time. The shaman's temple and other important buildings have some carvings and things in them, but for the most part, it is small and serves a purpose.
That sounds like our current home, but I guess the easiest way to describe where we live now. Well, take the color and the glass and the wonderment of here, and then mash it into Rhukkarrak's home. Our homes are also very much made from the stone around us. I mean, you've heard me complain about the beds here being too soft. That's because my bed is literally a piece of stone that's been carved into a box with a little bit of a divot, and then I've got this mat that goes on it, and I sleep on that. Very comfortable, very good for your back. If you ever start having back problems, I highly recommend. Very firm. Very like. But I guess imagine somewhere, I guess, that was designed to bring happiness to a large group of children. There. That's the best way I can describe it.
Something that you said, Rhukkarrak, kind of makes me think. Makes me scared a little bit even. Even the hardest materials, when you put enough pressure, they break. And Maldorwen is going to look at Euan. I'm very worried. And, well, to be honest, I know you heard, but Kertas moved to Elendor. I think it's because of the Khazad-dûrim's presence. And I don't know what is going to happen. But I am just very worried. Because there is many people that we know that are playing their hands. And we don't know what they're playing at. We don't know what they want. We don't know what their hands are. It's like there is a game, but we can't see the cards. I have a letter that maybe you, Asja, can help me figure out. Or maybe
Certainly.
you, Rhukkarrak.
I will take a look at it. She puts her sign again.
When I first look at it, it seemed to be like written in ancient Elvish script, something like that. It's very.
Okay, can you just everybody stop and look at the floor really quickly? I am not making this mistake again. And she is honestly and validly going to look at the ground to make sure that there's no cracks that look like a circle opening or anything like that.
The floor just opens up beneath you. Bye!
I found the next temple.
No, and the floor is made out of very sturdy sandstone.
Alright. Huh? I'm pretty good at this stuff. And she'll hold out a hand. If you want me to look at it, I will.
Yes, I got this from Darin, actually, the captain. She said it was from someone that knows me. I don't
Okay.
know. Here it is, Asja.
Well, Asja will take it
Go ahead
and
and
look at it.
read the passage I just sent to the Discord.
Asja will look at it for a second. Silver roots beneath the starlit forge wilt too soon. Cousin Flame, your echo fades before the feast could settle. Such a shame, such a skip. As promised under the veiled newt's oath, the drifting leaves danced through Elariel's blossoms for full turn and a quarter, sniffing in the shadows and asking about broken suns. But the lily was not their garden. No, their steps turned to the hushed grove, the ashen bloom where the whispers go to rot. That's what it says. I don't understand it, though.
That makes me the player uncomfy.
No joke.
Right?
We were talking about Euan, oh my god. Did they just read our minds? Jesus Christ.
Rhukkarrak and Asja both go ahead and make a intelligence check.
Turns out Euan's stroke gives him superpowers.
Oh, wow. We're
Nice.
+0. I got a 17.
Pretty good.
12.
Ruka, through your travels with Sorel, she taught you some things. While you are no Elven linguistics and know very few phrases in the Elvish language, this letter is written in Elvish, but some of these phrases you do find familiar. You believe this to be coded in a certain thieves' cant. And the words here do not necessarily say what they truly mean.
Ah. This is one of those messages written with double meaning. This code for those who want their business to not be obvious. Can you write it in common? I can try and go over it. See if I can puzzle out the meaning.
Asja holds out her hand. I can copy if you want.
All right.
Is that all right, Maldorwen? That I copy?
You can have it, yes. Of course.
Okay. And she will translate it to common. There are some obvious spelling mistakes, but she's tried her best. She hands it back and then hands Maldorwen back his letter. There you go. And picks up her sewing and starts just finishing off the little pouch and stuff like that.
So Rhukkarrak, now with this being in common, you're able to understand it a bit more clearly as you kind of read into it. It more or less says along the lines of, I have received your report and am pleased, but I'm so disappointed that you and your group left so early. We just started to get to know each other. Regardless, I stayed true to my word. The Furtim, which that's a word you don't understand. Some sort of, you're not quite sure what that means. Did visit Elendor. They were here for nearly a month, searching for something ancient, a power lost to time. Elendor was not, however, their destination. They were headed towards the cursed Mithrandel. Last we spoke.
Okay. He'll take a few minutes to go over it. This is not a thieves' camp that he is hugely familiar
It
with.
takes you a solid 20 or so minutes to decode this. Because it's having to call back memories of teachings from Cyril.
So then he will turn and relay that. Yes, Maldorwen, it is a message from Valen. Here, this is this should be the gist of it. And he gives him a message with all that written out.
My brother was in Elendor. O Culpalam was in Elendor. He was searching for something there. He was probably looking for the temple that we found. They were going to Mithrandel. Why, O Culpalam? Yes, this is definitely Shadowthorn. Oh, thank you, Rhukkarrak.
You're welcome.
Oh,
DM,
Well-
how coherent am I while all of this is going on?
With the tonic, you can hear and respond as you please.
The only thing that Euan will say after Maldorwen proclaims they were going to Mithrandel, his voice will kind of weakly pipe up. Only death awaits them there. I wish it were not so. And then he'll go back to his rest.
Oh, you know that's not true. You didn't die. Instead, we found you. So I'm
But my
pretty sure
companion
that... Well... That's true, but from what I understand about what Maldorwen has said, and this isn't meant to insult, it sounds like his brother is probably up for the challenge. Maybe a few of his team will... But... I'm sure he will be fine. Although... I am curious. He was... What was he looking for there?
that's the thing. What I think that my brother is looking for is death.
Well, I guess you could say that would be the right place to go. You can get all sorts of death there. Good discount. Death energy, death, quick path to Lunar. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, sounds like it. Well,
Either way, depending on... I don't know if this will help you out, but... Even if something were to befall your brother and their group, I would assume... Well, knowing you, I would assume if they needed help, it would be available to them.
I don't think my brother would ever ask for help. I don't know.
It's not. You don't need to ask for it. It's more revealed.
Well,
I might as well. Whatever. Everybody else seems to be sharing some sort of. Basically, where I live now, it's protected by magics that really outsiders only find my city if you need our help. Other than that, you could walk right by it a million times and not even know that there was a city there.
you think maybe Okulpalam found where you're from?
I don't know. But if he's like you, then I would say that he would be allowed to find the door. If they needed the help, if they were stuck there at any point in the harsh, I mean, over the years, that's mostly what the people, pardon me, mostly the people that have come to my city have either been traders that have been turned around in the woods on their way over to where the Drakthir live, in the Isles. They get caught in the harsh, or they get attacked, and they end up... Or, much like Euan, we get a lot of people who decide they're going to Mithril.
We do know that someone made it out of Mithrandel with Jorge.
Maybe that was your brother, but does the time work? I mean, he said he was there for about a month. It takes, I'd say probably, even if you were to walk quickly, maybe a month and a half, 2 months walk. But not an easy walk either into Mithril. I don't know how fast your brother and his group could walk, but if they did go to Mithril, find the seed, they would have had to have very specific information on exactly where to find the seed.
We fought with them on the edge of the Desert Shade Woods. Pardon me, fought alongside them at the edge of the Desert Shade Woods on our way to Mithril. I can't say what happened afterwards, but... well, you know a little more what happened with me since. But I haven't seen them since, or seen... I suppose the time could have made sense.
Maybe they did. Maybe they were the ones getting the seed. Maybe your brother did work for Aeon to get the seed. I'm not sure.
You see, it's just so confusing. And this astral path, this celestial itinerator, this must be something that is attainable. And he knew about it. So people from Kertas know? How did he find out? This is... I wish I had more answers.
That is one thing since leaving home I have had more of in my life than I have ever had before, but it's questions that seem to have fragments of answers here and there, but nothing that makes anything make any sense. That's why I'm kind of hoping while we're here to at least try and find some research on things to make things make a little bit more sense.
You know that all of us spoke to a guardian of the death. A keeper of secrets and souls. And they told us something very specific to each of us. So when death keeps coming up, that's why I say my brother was looking for it, perhaps. And what about us? Where does that put us?
Are you wanting to go to Mithrandra?
Not right now. It doesn't feel like I should follow my brother's footsteps anymore. Not if that's where they lead. Because I think there is something that we need to do here in Valtari. I think we're at the right place. Alamor has guided me, and she's been true. I'm sure.
Well, it is a lot to think about. I think I'm going to finish cleaning up and return the dishes to the pub and get some rest.
Rhukkarrak,
I know
wait.
that they're...
This Shadowthorn. Is there something else you know about them? They talked to me before we left Elendor. And what they said is that they have a very special interest in you.
I don't really know much about it. He did show some interest in some of my abilities with the darkness and well, basically all the gifts of darkness that I have seem to be of interest to Shadowthorn. But other than that, I don't know what they are looking for or want, or I'm really hoping that this blazing ball will give a little bit more insight into what they want. Before we met, I only knew Cyril, and she told me about Valen and that he might have answers for me. And that was basically it. I maybe helped her out with one or two things here or there. Nothing too crazy, but that was it. I don't know much.
Well, in this case, I'm not really the more knowledgeable person. I only met Shadowthorn that one time when we went to go and I'll speak to him. And didn't really get a sense of anything, so... You two are more of the knowledgeable ones of what he might want out of all of this.
He was, I don't know, very... I didn't get to see his face very well. Even when we met by ourselves, he was wearing the veil that he always wears. So, I'm not even sure who he is. But yes, it's a lot to think about. We also told my sister that we were gonna go watch her play. I think that's tomorrow, isn't it?
I believe so, so we should probably get some good sleep so that we can be ready to scream and shout and cheer her on. Because sitting here asking ourselves, is probably not going to be a good thing, especially seeing as most of us probably still need a better night's sleep than we've had.
Yes, with that I can definitely agree. Yes. Like I said, I'm going to finish cleaning up the dishes and drop them off, and then I am going to find a bed.
Around this time, a knock comes at the door.
Is anybody else expecting company?
Nope.
Oh yes. Tarin said that she was going to come, so must be her.
More the merrier.
Anybody in there?
Because Asja will get the keys from Maldorwen and go over and kind of crack open the door. Hello, can I help you?
As you crack open the door, standing outside, you see one taller elven individual, accompanied by 3 other elven individuals, who are wearing all manner of different garb, and you do notice a few sashes that they adorn as well, of similar coloring to yours. Good to meet you. We wanted to come say hi. Meet the new people in town. Are you all right? You look like you just saw a ghost.
Oh, no, sorry, my dad isn't feeling very well. It's just been a very stressful night. Yes, come in. We were just cleaning up from food as well. Please come in. You are, though, my name is Asja. We are, the Motley Hue.
Ah, yes, I heard Montague. Quite a interesting name. I am Zarel. We are the Stormseer squad. As he kind of walks past you, the other elves kind of following. You see there's 2 male elves and 2 female. Yet again, Zarel here is in pretty fine robes that kind of adorn, kind of amber-hued, almost silk, with some silver threads, like you can see kind of runes crawled along. And there's another feminine elf who walks by him, and she just looks full of energy. Like she has a jaunt to her step as she steps in here. Her eyes a little wild. Yet again, not super heavy armor, but very energetic. Another female elf steps forward. A lot less jovial as the other elf there. Moves a lot more with intent. You can see that she's got her arms bound in tight wrappings, similar to what Asja has been wearing recently. As she kind of just nods towards you as she steps forward. And then the final elven individual has a large longbow kind of strapped over their side, and a little bit more leather armor and whatnot. Looks more of the fighter sort, if you would. Kind of steps in. Most of them stay relatively quiet, letting Zarel kind of engage in the conversation. Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you all. The Motley Hue, and kind of looks around the room here. Yeah, you all, man, they weren't kidding when they said that you guys needed some rest. Well, we brought this. Sets a bottle of probably some wine. You're not quite sure, on the table there, as a little welcome present. And as you kind of are just taken aback with them, they all are adorned with this sigil as well. little symbol present on all their clothing somewhere. Yeah, we heard that you guys are signed up for the tourney this in the next couple days here.
We are.
Very nice. Well,
let me introduce. Sorry, this is Maldorwen. This is Rhukkarrak.
I am just busy writing a letter, sorry.
Sorry, and over there in bed, that's my dad. That's Euan.
I see. Well, pleasure to meet you. I am Zarel. This is Cora, motioning towards the energetic elf beside him. Then we have Alara and Rin, motioning towards the fighter. We probably are going to be matched up, as I see you guys are also Strider rank.
Apparently, that's where we were put today. Yes.
I hope that a couple days you all are a little more energized. Look a little, well, tired.
Oh, you don't have to worry about us. We will be able to handle ourselves.
Even tired, we work very well. I mean, we were pretty tired when my dad cut off the wyvern's tail. In one go. And she smiles.
And kind of give some nods. Impressive. Wyverns aren't anything to trifle at. We've taken down a few ourselves.
Wasn't very fun being a chew toy, but the fight went well enough.
That's the key. You can't let them get close to you. Well, looks like
It also works if you can jump on their back and ride them around for a bit.
The more calm elven woman. You rode the wyvern.
Oh, he did. For
I
quite some
don't
time,
know.
actually.
There was no control over the thing, so I don't know if you'd call it riding, but yes.
Okay, you surfed the wyvern. How about that one? Wyvern surfing. We have to bring these back to our cities at some point.
I don't think you want a wyvern in the middle of your city. I certainly wouldn't want one in the middle of mine.
Probably wouldn't be a great idea. That's quite impressive, though. Why riding a wyvern? I haven't heard of that before. Well, regardless, I think we'll lead you guys to some rest then, so hopefully we can have a fair and fun match in a couple days here. Excited to see you guys in the arena.
I'd watch for is it wine?
Yes, right from the Oasis. One of the finer brews that they concoct there. Enjoy. Welcome to Veltari.
Thank you very much for welcoming us. Your gift is very appreciated, and we are very much looking forward to seeing you at the tournament as well.
The elven chick pipes up again. Alara. If you can stay off the ground, that is. Before they all kind of start to head out. Don't mind her.
Oh, we won't. We're getting used to that from Sunspire elves. Have a good night. And closes the door.
As they leave. And you hear a little bit of bickering from outside the door. Nothing overtly rude, but like, who let them be sentinels? Kind of like, they're motley hue, that's for sure. Like, just a little bit of chibes that they didn't say directly to your face, but
The quills on Euan's head are fully raised, like hackles on the back of his neck.
As Asja listens to the voices fade and makes sure that they're gone, she just turns and kind of leans against the wall. I don't say this very often, but I am looking forward to maybe what's the saying? Kicking their butts in the tournament. Anyone else?
Yes, it would be quite nice.
Something about it makes me uneasy. I can't quite place it. Would be nice to put them in their place.
I think we should get a clean bottle and put the wine they brought on that bottle and give it to them.
That's a good idea. I like that one.
I
Then that way, if they have stomach cramps in a couple of days, we know the wine was poisoned.
You can see
I
as you kind of
don't
pick up the
think-
wine bottle, there's a little bit of artwork of like a sun with some grapes in it. Solaris Bloom is what it's titled.
Yes, I don't think that they would. The rivalries around here are mostly friendly, and no one usually takes it far enough to really get hurt, because we all know that the real dangers are outside the city.
Well, you see, there's one piece of advice I have gotten since leaving my home. As she's talking, she's got her healer or her herbal kit open, and she's putting different bits of herbs into this kind of pouch that she's sewn. And the funny thing is it comes from the person we were talking about earlier. Trust no one. I'm very much that best piece of advice I've gotten since I was out. And to think it comes from someone like Shadowthorn. But that's still best advice. Trust no one.
Yes, well, I mean, I probably would have been a little bit more friendly if I wasn't so tired and today was not so long. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to make sure that these dishes get back, and then I'm headed to bed.
Okay. I'm just finishing this up, and then I'm going to check on you and then get him to drink his nighttime medicine, and then I will set my bedroll out next to Euan's bed and go to bed as well. And Maldorwen, you are just going to write letter?
Yes, I need to write quite a bit.
If one is to Captain, say hi for me.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's no point in me writing letter saying, I just want to say hi. I mean, when you're already writing letter, you could just say, P.S. by the way, Asja, making me write to say hello to you. Just little things like that.
Do you also want me to let her know what the name of the ground tarts were? I know you were very fond of them.
It's okay. I will. Soon I will write letter to Gronk. I'm just still not sure if he's going to respond after what happened the night we went to go and speak to the Kazdura. I don't know if he got in trouble and all the rest of that. But I will tell him.
Yes, someone definitely needs to know the legend of the ground tarts. They also made it across the desert.
And Dolga, she was the only one that took the hits, but she kept sticking. Anyways, she'll just close up her herbal kit, put it away.
I'm glad you can't see Maldorwen's face.
Salga, her favorite girl. Yeah, that's it. The next thing she does is she reaches in her bag and she is going to pull out a second box. And she is going to open it. And it is the box that contains the 4 Elandris that she has.
Okay.
Just based on her theories of because in her mind she's like, okay, somehow he's connected to the tree, like in her mind her tree, but this either way it makes sense in her poor little mind. And she is going to take one of the crystals and she's going to put it into this pouch that she's put all of these other herbs in, close it, and find like a long kind of thong of leather or something and go, and as she's tending to Euan, she's going to tie it onto Euan's neck.
Okay.
There we go.
Asja helps Euan. Rhukkarrak takes the dishes back. Maldorwen writes the letters. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before the night winds down?
Not so much that he would like to do, just to help set a little exposition after he drinks the sleeping draft. He'll kind of lay back after Asja ties the talisman around his neck. And as he falls asleep, he will fall asleep clutching it in his hand, much like he was clutching at his chest earlier, but holding onto the talisman as he falls asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, Asja just rolls out her bedroll, like kind of underneath Euan's bed, but like right next to it at the same time. And close enough that if she hears Euan, having issues in the night, she will definitely wake up immediately and curl up and as well go to sleep, thankful that Ruka swept the floor.
Okay. As you all eventually find little bit of places here and there, the place has like 3 or 4 rooms. They're not any large, but they're enough to allow you all some privacy from each other as well. And yet again, very basic furnishings within them, but you kind of unpack your own stuff from that you've traveled all across the entire desert. Try your darn doing hardest to not get sand literally everywhere, but it kind of still does. As you then bed down for the night. As unconscious kind of takes you all, you finally are able to, this medicine, this tonic, this nocturne liquid really knocks you out. You are completely sleeping well. However, Asja, as you're sleeping near Euan, still a little worried about his situation and just all manner of heavy thoughts and questions in your head. So many unknowns still hanging in the air. The sapling from Mithrandel, could it truly be hope for your people? Could it offer a path towards Elandris to grow once more by their hands? And as you're kind of thinking on that, your mind turns homeward. You see their faces, smiling, warm, familiar, as you labored side by side. The gentle rhythm of life in Kurasata flows through you like a half-remembered song. That quiet sanctuary, tucked away from the chaos of the world, feels so distant now. So fragile. As the memory deepens, something else rises within you. It begins as a glow, a soft and warmth that wraps around you. You feel yourself pulled inward towards that warmth. Not by force, but resonance. It welcomes you with emotion, not words, that you understand. As the shape kind of shifts itself into an equine form, luminous, carved of dream and light, Lou. He does not speak, but you feel the worry radiate from him, deep and layered. He knows your heart, your desire to heal, to uplift, to protect. Your intention is noble in this, and he feels that. But so too does he feel the tremors of what may come. A memory not of your own unfurls. Kurasata untouched, preserved through secrecy. That peace has endured not by strength, but by silence. Lou doesn't blame you at all, but he fears. You've shared pieces, fragments, names, truths, veiled in good intentions, but even whispers can echo further than you know. The warmth deepens, tinged now with a faint unease. You sense it clearly. Kurasata must remain hidden. You see flashes, not visions, but emotional impressions. Invaders, greedy eyes, voices cloaked in diplomacy but sharpened by desire. You feel Lou's limit. His power immense, but not boundless, tied to sacred laws that you don't fully understand. If the world came to Kurasata, not in reverence, but in conquest, it would break more than just the trees. The glow holds you for a moment longer, firm and gentle, a reminder, a plea. Then it fades, not vanishing, but retreating, so as not to weigh you down any further. And as your breath stirs, your eyes flutter open as the morning light of Alamor shines through the window. You all arise. You can, at this point, mark off another point of exhaustion if you still have exhaustion, as you all do get a deep, much-needed rest.
Oh my god,
Exhaustion
yes,
level
finally,
1.
no
Yeah.
exhaustion. Oh, such a relief.
One more night for me. One more night, and we'll be good.
Euan,
I think Maldorwen's
You
had it
do
the longest,
not
but Asja's had it
wake.
the worst.
Oh.
and as everyone starts to arise for the morning, Asja, you kind of check on Euan. And he looks very peaceful, but not awake.
She'll poke at him, kind of prod at him, like, Euan? Euan? And you'll all hear, like, her tone is her normal, like, you know, very calm, kind of, but as the shaking, you know, it intensifies to where she is shaking him, and very loudly now saying, Euan? Euan, wake up! And she'll look at the other two.
Rhukkarrak will rush into the room.
He's not waking up. Go and get Soren.
Should we take him to the... Yes, okay, I will
Go and
get
get
him.
Soren. I don't think we can carry him ourselves.
I'll go with. Rhukkarrak will join Maldorwen.
Okay. As you open the door in a hurry, you do see a letter that was attached to the door fall down, but you're worried more about this. And so you rush past it and head towards the First Light Apothecary.
I mean, Rhukkarrak will just pick it up, put his pocket so it doesn't blow away,
Okay.
and rush off.
As you arrive at the apothecary, it's still relatively early in the morning. You guys went to bed relatively early as well because you all were feeling the exhaustion still. But there are attendants there. Doesn't appear to... Soren's not there quite yet. But you enter it, and a feminine elven figure kind of Yes, can I help you? You all look... What's wrong?
Can you come with us, please? Euan is not doing good. Remember the Raktir?
Oh, alright. Yes, someone briefed me a bit on this. What has happened? He was to be brought here in the morning, right?
Yes, but he is not waking up.
That is not good at all. Alright, are you okay if we bring him here? We will be able to take care of him much more if he's here.
You have to ask Asja about that, but we can go if you want.
Alright,
She's there with him.
Let me grab a few people, a stretcher, and we can go. Little bit of commotion here in the early morning of the 15th as people start to gather and follow you back towards your abode.
Alright, so Soren wasn't there.
Soren
right?
was not there currently.
Okay. Okay.
You would have had a little conversation on the way too. Yeah, he would be there probably by the time you got back, if not an hour or two after. It's just a little early. He was up late helping people.
Alright.
But arriving at the abode, they kind of bring in... There's like 2 or 3 people here with the stretcher. We would like to transport... he kind of first goes up and makes sure that he's breathing and everything. And Asja, as they left, you two kind of do this just instinctually.
Oh yeah. She's gone into full medical mode to protect herself emotionally at the moment. Toxic trait.
Yeah, go ahead and just roll another medicine check for me.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20, very nice. Yeah, nothing appears to be wrong. Like, there's a little bit of a scab from where Euan clawed himself a bit. But, like, physically, nothing's wrong. And he should be waking up. Like, some sort of coma. Like, this is not... Like, you don't think there's any urgent danger here, but you also like don't know exactly how to wake him up. Like, you feel like shaking him and moving around too much wouldn't be great.
Well, as she sees this woman come in with the stretcher and everything like that and go to move towards him, his breathing is normal, his pulse is normal, everything seems to be normal. He just seems to be in a comatose state. I think it would be best, though, if he was at the apothecary. Probably much better conditions there, just in case this does worsen. I just ask that if you need to remove anything, you do not remove the talisman from his neck, please.
Very well. And he was administered the nectar last evening?
Yes. Soren gave that to me to give to him. I probably gave it to him maybe a couple of hours after Soren left.
Yeah, it's... I don't think there's a correlation. It's not that strong. Right, we will see to him and...
As for pre-existing things, you will want to watch his hip on this side as well as the leg. Perhaps have somebody each day move them while he's unconscious, just to keep them mobile. When he had those, I did as much as I could to repair them, but unfortunately there was already some other existing damage from the battles he's been in. So just please be careful of that as well. It will inhibit his mobility, which will cause his mental health again to not be probably as strong as you would wish it to be.
Understood. And kind of motions towards the other acolytes, if you would, to help with the stretcher. They kind of very carefully and gingerly move Euan onto the stretcher and hoist him up with a bit of effort. Euan's a big old drac there. But we'll be there if... We will send word immediately if he wakes. And any of you are welcome to accompany as well. He kind of gives a nod, and they start to depart back towards the apothecary.
Asja just sits on the edge of the bed, just kind of rubbing at her forehead a little.
I'm sure he will be fine. He's tougher than any of us. And I just hope they know what to do. It seems like they did.
Well, let's hope. I just... From everything... I don't know what to say. I don't... Let's just hope he's okay. I'm not sure what he was trying to force himself to do yesterday. Well, I do know what he was trying to do yesterday, but let's just hope whatever happened in his mind does not leave long-lasting effects.
What? Is there anything that we can do? He's looking at Asja.
Yep, and Asja's just kind of sitting there holding her head. She's like, I'd say give them a little bit of time to assess him and try and figure out if they can figure out any other information with whatever they have available to them. Maybe we should go and get some breakfast or something. And then after that, we can go to the apothecary and check on Euan. But I think even though we can go and visit, at least right now, we would probably be very much in the way. So we should probably give just a little bit of time and then go and visit. But one thing I do know about people who are in deeper sleeps like this is a lot of the time when they wake up, they say that they can hear you talking to them. So I don't know. If you go and talk to him, talk to him. Maybe that would help remind him to wake up.
Well, I might. I'm not as close as you two, but I might just do that.
Tell him stories about back at your home. I'm pretty sure he would be happy just to listen to those. Not many of us from the south have ever really been to the north, so your home is something very novel.
Yes, it's very cold up there.
I don't think I like
Well,
that part.
It's not that bad, especially underground. But if there is nothing we can do right now, I believe we got our invitation.
Oh,
Yes, we do have a Malvish game to watch. I totally understand if you don't want to come, Asja. But I do want to go see my sister play.
I will come after I check on Euan, but unfortunately I think if I go before I check on Euan, what is the saying? I would just be a little rain cloud on everybody's good day. So remember yesterday I said there are so many questions that I only have slivers of answers to. Euan is one of them. All of this started when he saw the seedling, the tree, the sapling. And then he tried to force himself to do what he does in battle, that raging that he does. And then he said that what he was focused on turned to me. I don't understand what Euan's connection is to the tree, but it seems to be something. So maybe if I did more research on the trees, I could understand this connection to him and the sapling. I'm not sure.
Okay.
She
well,
honestly and validly looks worried. As much as she's trying to hide it, she looks paler than normal. Just like her brow is furrowed. For once, she is not smiling. She's got this almost concentrated, not frown, but just, very pensive look on her face as she's just rubbing her forehead. All right.
we can get breakfast, at least.
Let's
Fill
go
our
and get
bellies.
some breakfast, and then we will split ways, and then I will come and meet you both at the Malvis. But, right, what does the invitation say? We should probably read that here first, because if it's from those people, then we probably don't want to talk about it publicly. It's kind of like a Jorge situation where we don't want to talk about it publicly.
Maybe. Though if it was put on our door like that, it's probably not that big a deal, but better safe than sorry. And he'll pull out the invitation, read it aloud to everyone.
Okay. As you pull out the piece of parchment, there's a seal that has been stamped on it. Break the seal, and pull out the piece of paper. And this is the letter that is inside.
To the esteemed members of the Motley Who, it is with great delight and anticipation that I extend to you a most cordial invitation to attend the illustrious Blazing Ball, to be held on the eve of the 16th Flamefall beneath the radiant lanterns of the District of Passions. I've never been there. In celebration of the season's final embers and the enduring spirit of elegance and oh my goodness, why can I not say that word right now? Revelry? Your presence would be an honor most cherishable. I eagerly look forward to the pleasure of your company and hope you should grace the ballroom with your charm, wit, and the joy of dance. May the night be one of mirth, wonder, and unforgettable frivolity. With warm regard and utmost sincerity, Juan Yinquin? Does anyone know that?
Yinquin.
Oh, Jean Yinquin. Does anyone know this Jean Yinquin?
No, you lost me at District of Passions. What is that?
Rhukkarrak, you would know of the District of Passions. It is
Sounds
where
like the place I want to be.
it is where the entertainment happens within Valtari. The Glassview Stadium is within the District of Passions.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't explored it very much, but it is the same place as the stadium.
Oh, okay.
And this thing
My
is
mind
tonight.
was somewhere else.
It is where all the entertainment of various aspects, probably involving a little bit of what you were thinking of.
What is the day then? What is the date? Because this is on the 16th, so it
Today is the
was...
15th.
So
Yes.
it's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. I guess at night.
I guess.
So we have
I
to
guess
fight in
so.
the tournament during the day? Or the tournament was on the 17th? I think the tournament was on the 16th.
I don't know. I am kind of hoping the tournament is on the 17th, seeing as we are down. Euan.
Well, hopefully he recovers soon. I believe, aren't they? I think they're both tomorrow. Though the tournament will probably be during the day.
All right, well then I guess today at some point we should probably go and try and find ourselves some nicer clothes than what we're wearing to go to a fancier ball.
To go to a blazing ball. Sounds interesting.
A night of frivolity in the District of Passions. It sounds like an interesting night indeed. Shall we go get breakfast? I'm suddenly very hungry.
Elven thing you can hear. Quality and passions. Whoa.
Probably, and they're being encouraged by the Shadow Sons to go to this ball of frivolity and passions. It's like, what is going on?
I never knew the Shazons were so cool.
They're the cool kids inviting us to frat parties. Okay.
Ruka, if you want, you can make a history check on the name there. It's going to be pretty high.
We'll do so. That is a 12.
Yeah, you think it doesn't sound like super distant, but you might have heard it once. You know it's probably someone important. That's about all you know, though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who this is, but I guess we will find out. I guess we are going.
Yes, and please don't speak about that to the captain when we're back in Elendor, if we're ever back.
What happens in Voltari stays in Voltari.
That's the new rule. Yep. What happens here stays here. We don't talk about it outside of here. There we go.
Why would I not want to mention it?
Because I'm probably going to wear a cake dress, that's why.
You're going to wear a cake as a dress? And you're going to wear a dress at all?
Yes, exactly. I want to come out of a cake. Is that possible? Can we arrange that?
Rhukkarrak just stares at you in utter bewilderment. Like, what the heck is going on here?
Asja is going to grab her smaller bag, like move some of the stuff as they're doing this, move some stuff into her room and just grab a smaller bag of a few things and just a little bit of her money, not a lot, a bit of her 10 gold on her. There we go. And then she'll come back out and kind of swipe up the keys. Are we going for breakfast? Because now all I can see is Maldorwen dressed in a cake, and now I'm really hungry.
Yes, let's go.
Alright, so you all head on over to
They
the
lock
Blazing
up the
Sun.
door.
Well, okay, good to note, locking up the door. And head to the Blazing Sun, and it's pretty packed in here. You see all manner of figures in here. Yet again, primarily elven, but almost everyone in here looks capable of they're all sentinels in here. You see various different squads, some with these. Or everyone is more or less wearing their little bands of different colors. You see some more that are similar to the color that you have. You see a few that look on some younger elven figures who are more of a dusty brown color. Some more veteran looking individuals have, again, that kind of crimson coloring to it. You see maybe one group of people that have a vibrant blazing orange sash. But yeah, all kinds of matter of sentinels. And there are a bunch of different barkeeps running around serving food here. You see stormbird eggs, you see all kinds of fruit that you assume probably come from the oasis, and all kinds of just breakfast and life here at the Blazing Sun. You find a little spot to eat as you sit down. One of the barkeeps comes over and takes your order, and then goes and starts to gather your food.
I guess everybody's in town for the tournament.
For the harsh, of course, as well.
Well, that too, but
this is how it is most of the time here. I mean, it does. I think it thins up a little bit when the harsh passes, but last time I was here, it is pretty much like this.
Quite a contrast to the tight chapter.
very much so. But I guess it makes sense for being the big city of the Sunspire.
Yeah, a lot more here. Shall we find a table?
We already found a table.
Oh, missed that part. Sorry.
You just point
It's
down.
okay.
Table.
It's not a table, it's a mimic.
Roll for initiative.
No initiative. I want to take it home. Asja.
Oh no.
Name's Tabley. You can't fight Tabley.
Yeah.
Oh. He just cleans up the
His
dishes
name
when
will
it's
be
done.
Tableau.
And scraps.
Exactly. His name is Tableau. Yes.
Tableau.
Oh my god, no! Oh, that's so perfect. Sorry. But yeah, before leaving, I would like to take the bottle that we were given.
Okay. You cracking that open at
You
breakfast?
said the name of the wine. Yeah,
Yes.
no, of course not.
The Solaris Bloom is what it's called.
Okay, the bottle is for Pablo, okay? Right, perfect. So yes, like I just want to have it for me. I actually want it like for the game.
Okay. That'd be nice. Alright.
Rhukkarrak will flag down a waiter and get their morning special, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and eat a nice hearty breakfast ready for the day.
Alright.
The special is combat.
Even though Asja is worried about Euan, she will get her normal 2 portions because she didn't really eat a lot last night because she kept being in and out of work. Euan, the rest of that. So this morning, even though she's worried, I'm worried about the people around me if I don't eat. So she'll get rid of the hangries by having her normal 2 portions.
Okay. So you all have a delicious morning breakfast here. Reminds you a little bit of the Flamin' Flagon back in Elendor. Similar like quality of food. But yeah. After you kind of discuss a little bit amongst yourselves and fill your stomachs, what else would you like to do?
What time is the tournament? Just
So you
afternoon,
were
evening?
told that they would reach out to you when your match would be. You're not sure. Just that it's on the 16th.
Oh no, not the tournament. Did I say the tournament? I meant the Malvis game.
The Malvitz game?
You also do not know that. Risa said that she could get you tickets, and that's about as far as that conversation went.
Oh, so we better fight Brisa.
Yeah. So, Asja, you're going to go to Euan?
I am going to go. There should be enough time that I won't be in the way if I go and ask some questions and find out if they know anything. And then I remember how to get to the stadium. And now I will never forget what district it's in. So there we go.
The games usually happen sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes in the evening. So we might have a little bit of time, but we do need to figure out if we can even get tickets. Maldorwen, do you want to go with me? We can try and find your sister.
Yes, you do know where she lives, right? You know her place?
I
don't.
do not know where she lives. I've only met her in public. I've really only met her those 2 times.
Maldorwen, you were invited, more or less, to go train as well at the stadium if you wanted to.
Yes. We could maybe go to her stadium. She's probably having some sort of a training session before the game. And she did say that I could swing by to train. You should also do that. I mean, you're the one who's good at playing.
If you insist.
All right, well, you two go to the stadium now and get our tickets. I will go check on Euan, and then I will head over as well. If you could just let them know that a very distinct looking elf, I mean, not many other people have many colored hair, is going to join too. Maybe so I can get in as well. Just curious. Because I don't know how I would get in touch with you once you're already inside and I'm outside. Well, I guess I could run a message that just says, I am here. Please come get me from the door.
Yes, we could also wait by the door.
Well, I don't know how long I will be, so just go ahead and go in, and then I will write message that say, I'm here, can please let me in. How about that?
Yes. I was also gonna say, if we are going to have to fight without you, and how about, Rupert taking up his place? Pretty sure he can handle himself.
Rupert's head kind of pops up from behind Asja's plate as he's been snacking. Just like confident.
Asja gets this kind of like pursed lips, almost puffed out, cheeked, kind of like, you went there, darn it.
Watch Rupert tries to balance on the 2 legs and try to do a intimidating pose like Euan would before dropping it back down to the floor and looking at eating some more food.
Asja's gonna kind of pick up a butter knife and clean it off, and here, maybe this would help if you use it just like Euan does, to balance on it.
He grabs it with the 2 front little legs there, or tries to steady himself up. His wings little flicker and flap a little bit as he's trying to balance, the tail kind of wrapping around too, and he sort of balances there with the butter knife going up, and he just opens up his mouth and rah!
And Asja just puts an elbow on the table and leans on. It's very good. You're very, very, very intimidating. Oh, so intimidating. She looks at Maldorwen and Rhukkarrak with expression on her face, like, oh yeah, so intimidating. Don't encourage the lizard. I just don't think he's got the same metal as Euan does on the bat. He's very good on the battlefield, very, very good, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, she's right.
Power.
Super. But after the tournament, we should, go get you a sword for you at the smithy. I'm pretty sure they will have one your size. They have one my size.
What use could a lizard have for a sword?
You watch as Rupert kind of shifts the butter knife around, and then, with all Rupert's ounce of weight, brings it down on part of the eggs and it cuts it a little bit.
See, you can
did,
cut
there
the
you go.
eggs.
Okay.
And he looks just so proud.
Asher reaches down and very gingerly takes the butter knife away from Rupert.
We should definitely get going. I don't know how much time we have before the game.
You go. I will meet you there. Don't worry. Have a good time, and don't worry. I will bring all of the information about Euan. Don't worry.
All right.
I don't know if this will help, but I was thinking, and maybe you can just open his mouth and put a lot of hot sauce in it. We still have a bottle from Marley's, right?
We do. I just don't. I guess I could try that. I mean, they might let me.
Maybe a drop in the eye, something like that. I don't know.
I want him to wake up, not be maimed completely.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wakes
I'm
up with the
sorry.
knife at you.
Although,
Right, Asja. Sometimes I forget you take
just
everything
curious.
as true word.
Huh? Oh. Right. Sorry, I miss jokes a lot. Sorry. It's just a thought. Anyways, you go to Malvis, I will go to the apothecary, and then I will go to this and finally get to see a professional game. I'm looking forward to seeing your sister again. She was very nice. It's a shame Euan can't come, though. Asha's gonna get up from the table and just kind of scoop up Rupert.
He tries to reach out towards the butter knife as you pull him away.
We'll go and look at stuff later. Come on, let's go. Alright,
He
see you
accepts that
later.
and crawls up you. Alright,
And Asher will head out the door.
so as Asja heads towards the apothecary, both Rhukkarrak and Maldorwen heading out towards the airway and eventually the Glassview Stadium. We'll start with Asja. So as you kind of reach the doors now for the apothecary, again, you can see there's a bit of commotion here. It's not super chaotic, but people moving around and helping individuals. You don't see a ton new, filled to the britches from what you saw last night. But people just helping. Takes a moment before, once again, that same elven individual kind of meets your eyes. Oh, are you here to... Oh yes, follow me. And she kind of leads you back towards one of another back chambers that is secluded from the other individuals here. And again, everything here just smells strong, like bitter herbs and whatnot. You see one of the rooms that you pass, there's a couple individuals that have these large cauldrons that are bubbling in some sort of alchemical concoctions that they're cooking up, if you would. You pass that and are led towards the room with Euan in it. As you kind of enter the room here, you see Euan's currently unconscious body just looks peaceful. We're not quite sure what is happening. We know that he is not in an immediate danger. and for some reason is resistant to waking. We're not sure how long this comatose state will last. There has been some patients where it lasts the rest of their life. We hope that's not the case. We just can't tell.
All right. Well, I will come and help when I can. We have a few things that we need to do today, but as soon as we're done, I can come and at least spend time with him.
And he gives a nod. We do know that those that do wake from similar slumbers usually can have some grasp of understanding of the... And so, words from loved ones can always be vital.
I agree completely. Having seen when people fall into this state before, I've heard from them that when they wake up, they could hear things around them. Well, if I could have a moment with him.
Really. And anything, just call out. She'll walk away.
Asja's just gonna kind of perch on the edge of the bed and take Euan's hand in hers. You know it's not supposed to be like this, right? You have to wake up. I need you. She's just gonna kind of scooch in, like curl up, kind of like lay down next to him and just kind of take the hand and wrap it around her. I can't lose another parent. I need you to wake up. We have to figure out the trees. And then you have to help me rebuild Mythendril. So I need you to wake up. Kind of important, okay, Dad? Don't go like the other dad. You know, completely oot oot. Hold on to your brain. Hold on to family. If thinking about me caused this, then think about me to bring yourself back. But don't think about me getting hurt. Instead of think of the things we could do when you wake up. We can go and do normal father-daughter. Okay, well, we're going to have to research what normal father-daughter stuff would do because I'm a little old for what my father and I used to do, which was a lot more, you know, like building blocks. But maybe we could train together, or we could go for meals, or we could do something together. Happy things. Things that make us laugh. So you don't have to think about the bad things anymore. I really need you to wake up though, okay? Please? Soon? And she's just gonna pat his chest and curl up, and if he was awake, he would feel an immense amount of wetness kind of collecting on his chest as she kind of sniffles a little and gets up and wipes her eyes. Yes, you know I don't like doing this stuff. See? See what you made me do? You made me cry. You know I don't like doing that. So now you have to wake up. You owe it to me. Please?
Through the tears, you notice something, Asja. There's a glow that is emanating from the satchel. This talisman that adorns Euan's chest.
She's going to stop. You shouldn't be able to. She's going to lean down and whisper in his ear very quietly. Well, this proves we're family now. Your Elandris is glowing. My light sees your light. My life sees your life. Come back now. Wake up. You're more special than you understand. It's not just me that needs you. It's all of Arathar. We have a lot more to do, Euan. And she'll give him a little kiss on the cheek. And put her hand on the glow. And just smile. And then put her stuff back on and very quietly leave the room. And head back down the hallway.
Okay. As you take one last glance in the shallow but consistent breaths of Euan, giving you a little bit of hope that he's okay, just hope that he'll wake up. You start to head back down the hallway, and you're greeted by a familiar, towering figure.
Hello. I came as I heard. Euan is he alright?
No, come with me. And she'll take Cordrin back to the room, I guess.
Okay. You can see Cordrin's complexion is always full of wonder and curiosity. And that does not differ as you enter the room, but only grows as Cordrin stares at Euan's unconscious body.
This is quite puzzling indeed. May I?
And kind of motions to step forward.
Go ahead, just... We'll ask the same thing of you as that I asked of the staff here. Just be careful of the pouch. I don't understand this, Cordrin, but... the Elandris, it's glowing. I've never seen anyone that's not gemborn. And certainly not somebody at this point in their life. But the Elandris has accepted him, apparently. So please be very careful of that. I don't know if he has the same effects that the rest of us do.
I see. Throughout our travels, I've noticed the connection between you two. And I know this time must be difficult. You have my sympathies. And hopefully, I can theorize what is happening.
He kind of goes and gets closer to Euan and just while holding the slate very tightly and peers down at the large Drakthir in front of him.
Usually it is not protocol to share one's story. It's usually left for them to do so. However, I can see the connection between you two. We spoke when we traveled the dunes. I cannot confirm any of what I'm about to tell you. At least not here. It is something I hope to do back in the Twilight Rage. But hopefully it is better than mysteries. I believe that the great tree that was the birthplace, the home of Euan here, has claimed him, has chosen him. It lives inside him. Albeit dormant, asleep. I fear what has transpired the last few days, after speaking with the Maris once again. Whatever that other sapling has caused seems to have stirred, awoken this other tree within him. I can't pretend to know all the consequences this has, but I imagine they are very much linked to his current situation.
That would make... Pardon me. I had thought one of the things I wanted to try with the tree that Damaris has, because I was from Mythendrel, I wanted to try and put my own Elandris. See if it reacted. But now, while the Elandris that I gave Euan is not from Cinder Tree, it's from Floringus, I'm wondering if it's reacting with what chose him, and not with him.
May I?
And kind of motions towards the satchel where the Landris is kind of tucked away.
Please do.
Kind of gingerly opens it up and removes. And it is blinding. This Elandris, it was glowing from inside a cloth satchel. And as Corton removes it, it is like a beacon of light. Brighter than any Elandris you've ever seen. And kind of squints, looking at it. And then returns it to the satchel.
I've never seen... When the Gemborn elf is born and we are given Landris pretty much right from birth, it glows brightly, but never that. Well, it looks like she kind of smiles and pats Euan's shoulder. I guess now he's Gemborn direct here?
I think he is much more than even that.
I do too, but that brings on a lot more mysteries. I think researching his titles that he was given, see if I can find any information behind that. Somehow he's linked to all of this. By the way, I must ask, you are the only other person that looked at my notes. Did you erase something from my notes? Because when I went at my with the captain of the lost, there was distinctly something missing that I know was there. And you're the only other person. I'm not saying that I trust you, but I'm just wondering, or did you maybe have similar happen that maybe in your notes something has just vanished?
You see
Do you remember
Cordrin
the
puzzled.
symbol? Do you remember the symbol with the circle? She will draw it out like this. There's this circle of life and there's this circle of death, and then there was the other ones that represented the planets, and then there was a central circle with a rune, a symbol in the center. Got a bit of a rubbing from, but it wasn't complete or anything. But then when I went to look at my notes, she pulls out her
Asja,
book and.
I need you to make an
Yeah.
intelligence saving throw for me.
Oh no!
18's pretty good.
18.
Unfortunately, that fails.
Oh no.
As you go to recall this symbol that you etched, you studied it quite in depth at the ruins there, and then you did have an etching of it, but that has separated. And as you focus on it, you remember that there was 5. There was a central one, but trying to recall its shape, you draw a blank.
She gets to that central one and just looks. She gets this look of utter frustration. She's like, no, I remembered yesterday, and now today I can't. There's something else right here in the 5th place. It's gone, and now I can't. Yesterday I could even visualize it a little bit. I remember, but now I can't even.
Oh,
Now I can't even.
curious.
She folds everything up. Either way, is it still in your notes?
You watch as Cordrin steels himself and kind of closes his eyes, almost in a meditative pose. And almost similar to how eyes flicker in REM sleep. And his eyes start to flicker as he's holding this slate. And a concerned expression crosses his face. It has vanished. That is impossible.
It is not impossible unless we stumbled across something that we were not supposed to. Maybe that 5th symbol is why we no longer have the celestial pathways.
You can see Cordrin is quite shocked.
Either way, when we were down there, you heard that we all got called things. I will look into Euan's one and see if maybe that gives some insight. I have to go and talk to Luminessa and get her okay to at least help with the tree, the study of the tree.
And just kind of nods along. You can see he's kind of staring off in the distance, not quite paying full attention to you. Lost in thought.
All of this is somehow connected, and I don't know how. All I know is that when I contacted the one person who I know actually might have some information about this, I was told not to trust people who were looking into it. But then I don't know if I can trust this person myself anymore, so...
Excuse me. He stands up. Kind of looks back towards you in one last time. There are things I need to look into.
It's alright, I have a Malvis to get to. I'm looking forward to trying to distract myself. Let me walk you out. Alright, Dad, I'm going to go watch Malvis now. I'll let you know how it is later tonight. You wake up so we can have dinner together, and I tell you that, okay? And Cordrin's saying bye too. Bye, Dad. And she closes the door, kind of follows Cordrin out.
Okay. As the two of you leave the apothecary, Maldorwen and Rhukkarrak, somewhere on the airways, traveling towards the Glassview Stadium. That is where we're going to pick up next week.